Greetings everybody. Well, thank you for taking the time out to have a look at this quick video, and it is a quick one, 3 or 4 minutes I think. I'm just going to chat a little bit about crypto, Bitcoin especially. We're getting a few messages in, and it's all been happening since the Iran war kicked off, and I think it's probably mostly to do with the energy situation. People have been asking, what do we think about the private equity market and Bitcoin being combined with that? And quite honestly, the only thoughts I have on it is it just can't happen. It's not that I'm anti-Bitcoin. I'm not. I'm just not someone who can visualize a cryptocurrency ever being of any use to or of value to a private equity deal, which is based on banked currencies, nationally banked currencies like the US dollar, Canadian dollar, euro, pound, etc. Bitcoin's got a bit of a history, isn't it now? It's been going for some 20 odd years now. And it's been great fun for a lot of people. I know a lot of people, I jump into a taxi and I see the taxi drivers trading Bitcoin and they're having a bit of fun. And, to me, as a generation away from Gen Z, I'm way behind that, or way ahead, I should say. I guess really it's become that generation's toy, almost like a game to play, and it's not really treated as an investment. An investment is something which has got an intrinsic value to it, a fundamentally backed value. A dollar bill in your hand, which would be changed in a bank for a dollar cash. And Bitcoin is now becoming so expensive to mine. Bitcoin mining, crypto mining. Looking at the data centers and the amount of water they're using. I've said it before in a number of videos. It's a shocking amount of resources used. 250,000 liters of water per day. Just to cool these data centers, and that's only a medium to small size data center. That's not one of these really big ones like they've got in Texas. That's even more. And of course the amount of power it uses. Now that may come from solar, sure, but the electricity comes from somewhere and it's not free. So cooling that all that heat is a big problem. And as I say, Bitcoin, it's now dropped down as I'm speaking now at 66,700, and I know that a lot of the big traders that were sitting in Dubai have run away because of the things that are happening there, and also because, quite honestly, they've been trading and selling the program, not actually doing the trading themselves. They've been selling signals and selling programs and making money that way, whilst not actually doing the trading themselves. Sure, they'll do a demo and they'll hook some young guns up with it. I noticed that it's very much predominantly young guys, under 25, 30 years old who are falling for this. But I do also read from Morgan Stanley that there's some retired people getting involved. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. It's just silly. It can't be used on a day-to-day basis because it's very expensive to actually liquidate small pieces of Bitcoin. It's very expensive to use anyway. So therefore it's really only any good as a speculative high value investment tool within its own platforms. So whilst there are companies like Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Merrill Lynch starting to import it into their ETHs, etc., I don't think it's got a future for private equity. The private equity business at the moment is booming because the market is so unstable. And we're very keen to see more people come in. So listen, if you've got it, this is going to be aimed now at the next video at pensioners, people building pensions and family trusts, because they're being taxed so heavily. Park some cash in a private equity deal with us. info@ipo-direct.com. Park a bit of cash with us. We can get you started for 25,000. And once it's in, it's safe. It's not open to market fluctuations and deviations. It's not a subject to tax, and we can help you get an offshore account for the time when you cash in some profit. So let us go to work for you. Again, my name's Rob Jowett. info@ipo-direct.com. Thank you so much for listening. Look forward to speaking.